Hi guys, it's July the 5th, Wednesday 2017, and it's still dark outside. It's 6:08. Sun doesn't come up till 6:45 about. But anyway, it's warm outside already. But I'm going somewhere tomorrow. I'm not sure where yet, but I'm going. But anyway, we're going to do some comments for July the 5th. These probably came in on July the 4th, but we're going to go down them, so let's get it. This is from Mike and Willeen. We just bought a Verizon Jetpack Rusty and have a 15-day period which it can be returned. Now that you have had yours for a while, what was your experience after 10 gigabytes of data usage? Did the speed go down to 3G? Actually, what I've done now, I have their Verizon Unlimited plan with the mobile hotspot feature, and after 10 gigs I haven't noticed any change at all. I've had it for 3 months, and so I've never noticed that I've been throttled. Now I may have been, I just didn't notice it. This is from Leanne about off-grid, one I did yesterday. Itchy feet will travel in his remodeled White House and look forward to the travels. How long depends on the weather, as we don't want any heat strokes. That's true. With that said, when he gets back, we will enjoy mail call once again. That's true. With all the birthday wishes, hello to all the Rusty's Rangers, and hope you all had a nice 4th of July. Safe travels, Rusty, and have a nice day. Thank you very much, Leanne. This is from Wanda across the pond about Kingsland, Texas. Rusty, fascinating. Do I detect a teeny-weeny touch of sarcasm in your voice? You probably do, because I can be a sarcastic prick when I want to be. This is Wanda again about off-grid. Rusty, you are so right. Having no timetable is the best way. Well, for me, I'm retired. I don't have to have a timetable. That you are open to all possibilities. Rusty's Rangers are all ready to go. I'm open to anything within reason. We have liftoff. Wanda says, oh, we're getting close. Tomorrow morning about this time I'll be hitting the road. I'll probably do a comment call before I leave. I won't check the mail because they don't put the mail out till about 9:30 or 10, and I'll be passing through Kingsland about 7 a.m. So I just won't even bother to stop, and I'll get the mail when I get back, because I've got a long drive tomorrow. Tomorrow will be about a 7-hour drive or so. The first stop. The hardest part's getting out of the heat of Texas. I'm telling you, it's kind of like, it's talking about liftoff. It is, because you have to reach a certain speed or distance to get out of the heat, or elevation actually. This is July the 4th. Okay, this is Joyce, Jason. Joyce, fireworks, no more, no, more like more like a war zone. Non-stop from 7 a.m. till midnight. Had to leave my home with my pups so they wouldn't go into cardiac arrest. Michigan is now a free-for-all, not pleasant, not enjoyable. This is Drew, says LMAO, bucket of honor. All right, about mail call. This is about Elio Motors, the little 3-wheel vehicle. BM. Elio is a professional BSer, and he needs his hiney kicked. The reason I don't read the exact words is because YouTube cracks down on those videos that have bad language, and what happens is your ad rates go down. Yeah, there's a way to control free speech, and it's through dollars. Rocomo or whatever. Richard from El Cajon. Rusty, I still have my 54 Chevy pickup and still take her to the car shows. Yeah, that was a car show I did in July last year in Kingsland they had, and I showed an old Mustang and some other stuff. This is about comment call. This is Rhonda. Since you're in Texas, D&D window tint, I'm not gonna. I know window film blocks the heat, and I may end up doing that on my windows, but not now. I may later. It's a good idea. Wayman says, IMAO Rusty blimps. Yeah, that was last year's July the 4th at the slab. A lot of people got on me about that. I don't care. Should I say anything I want to anytime? Central Coast Camper, thanks for showing off your drawers. No problem. Now he's talking about, I did a little off-grid video yesterday and showed my umbrella dryer with my clothes hanging on it. Actually, I was just showing my umbrella dryer. And you know what's amazing? Even in humidity around 30%, you can hang your clothes out and within an hour they'll be dry. So it's just as fast as a clothes dryer and much better. Your clothes smell much fresher. This is about Kingsland, Texas. This is Bama Moo. 29 wildfires burning in the west right now. Better include that research before you head out. Yeah, I know. It's everywhere I'm planning on going. Kathy says, this is off grid. Isn't it nice to have a time, not to have a timetable? It is. Hubby just retired. Now we can do what we want. Have fun on your trip. You know, the hardest thing is, you can do what you want, but you don't know what to do, some of us, you know. I mean, I picked going camping. Other people haven't picked anything. This is Digging Rock about the pickup camper. Hey, Rusty, how's the rod held up for hanging? I just got it wedged in there. It's one of those rods you screw to tighten, and I've just got it wedged in there, and it hung up for 5 weeks holding stuff, so I haven't had any problems with it. Cindy said, this is about off-grid. You're ready. Happy 4th. Well, happy 5th. This is Prius Camping, Edward. So you just stop and maintains the tent. Yeah, he's talking about Prius Camping. Yeah, the Prius. Yeah, you can just set the thermostat in the Prius at 72, turn the fan to the speed you like, and it'll maintain that temperature. It sure will. And because it's all electric. The air conditioner's electric. Nancy says, I'm looking forward to your trip. This is off grid. I'm sure you will keep us posted. I will. I may not be. It depends on you know, what kind of internet access I have. I usually try to do some driving videos and stuff, and yeah, I'll do some videos, no doubt about that, because that's how I pay for my trip. Clint, this is about Kingsland. Rusty, here in the communist state of New Jersey, you can't do anything legally, so no fireworks for me. I do need to move to Texas. One of my favorite sayings is, don't mess with Texas. Yeah, they did that because people were throwing stuff out on the highway. This is Patty about the tiny home I did. It ain't cedar, it's pine. You're right, Patty. It is a type of pine. I found out later on. This is Sarah, Kingsland. How cool. I am from that kind of place. Do not do today. Thank you. Okay. This is off grid, the one I did yesterday. Thanks. This is Joe. Thanks. Nice video. Stay cool in your upcoming trip. Let us know if you need to sit up front and run the truck engine to get AC. Well, let me say this, folks. A lot of people are, and me too, are concerned about the heat inside the camper top. But you know, when you're camping, you're not at home. Okay, you're not. And you know, if you want to take your home with you, get a motorhome. And you know, I could buy a used motorhome. I could and go. Of course, my gas mileage would be half of what I'm getting now or less. But you know, that for me, the whole idea is to kind of get out with nature and boondock and disperse camp sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. And you know, if you're a little uncomfortable, that's what it's all about. That's camping. I mean, that's the way it is out there, and you know, I want to feel that. I mean, I don't want to burn up, but I mean, I want to be part of the natural thing, you know. This is Larry. Rusty, I had my plywood. This is about the off-grid. Rusty, I had my plywood cut at Lowe's, got my fan and step stool ready to hit the road. Pretty easy, ain't it, Larry? Yeah, don't make a big deal out of something that ain't much. Now, this is Will about comment call. Have a good 4th. Well, 5th now, you too. This is McCanning. This is Kingsland, 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Thanks for sharing. Kingsland, Texas. Christina says, you're too funny. Just strange is a good word. Comment call, Lewis. Happy 4th. Thank you. Comment call, Greg Ghost. Thank you for your service. Well, I have to tell you, I wasn't John Wayne, and I hated every day of it. Gray Ghost, it's beer 30. Well, somewhere, and not here, but it will be later on. Gray Ghost, happy 4th. This is STB Starboard 2000, I guess. off-grid. Have you considered getting a cargo basket that fits on your trailer hitch? Actually, I want to take less. I don't want to take more. No, no, no. He's talking about a window unit. A lot of people talk about air conditioners. The kind they sell, the kind you can make. And really, I'm not into that right now. I may, I'm not going to say I'm not. But for me now, I want to go places where it's cool enough I can just leave the windows open. I don't have to listen to an air conditioner. I don't have to do anything special. I've got everything I need. I love the solar. It's quiet. I like my little refrigerator, and I love my little battery. Everything's fine. Anyway, Stephen, this is about Kingsland. Looks like a good time to rob a bank. Yeah, this was about the parade. Everybody was out. Looks like it's a good time to rob a bank with the police department in the parade. Thought I heard a little boy say, "Look, Daddy, there goes the White House." Thanks, Rusty. Yeah, that's just a small town little parade. They have it every year. It's really pretty neat. All the kids are there, and some of the people come by, in different pickups and stuff, and they throw candy out, and the kids. I remember that in my little hometown, Kennedy, Texas. Intuitively says about off-grid. Here is a link to check the temps in the Guadalupe Mountains. Let me tell you something about the temperature and the weather. I always check the weather wherever I'm headed, the whole area, all right? And I look for warnings and, things they've posted, the latest postings and so forth. But it is damn hard to get an accurate weather forecast even one day in advance. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I checked the weather at Guadalupe Mountains National Park, and it looked like the high was going to be around 77 to 82 degrees for the next few days, or a couple of days anyway. That's what the weather forecast said at the National Weather Service. So then I called out there just to see how crowded they were. He said, well, it comes and goes, and he can't really tell. The ranger doesn't know. I mean, because there's no reservations. It's first come, first served. So if people show up, they got a crowd. If they don't, they don't. So I asked him while he was on the phone. I said, what's the temperature? He said, well, it's about 90. I said, well, the National Weather Service shows 77. He said, yeah, I know. He said, that happens a lot. Okay, go figure. So what it is, you just got to go strictly by the elevation almost. If it's 5,500 feet, you're probably going to be in the upper 80s. If you're at 65, you're going to get to the mid 80s. 75, you may get to the upper 70s, low 80s. So 7,500 feet is where I'm heading, or trying to get there. But getting there from Texas to central and northern New Mexico takes a while, and I'll just have to pay that price. I thought about staying in a motel, but I don't like to stay in motels, man. I mean, that's not a camping trip, staying in a Motel 6, is it? It is. Well, it feels better than 120 degree heat like it was in Arizona. Anyway, this is T-Spec 6, whatever. Elio. This is about Elio Motors. This guy is trying to get you guys to not go after them for your money, but the fact is they sold all of the GM equipment from the facility they were supposed to rent, making millions of dollars, and yet they have built nothing. Yeah, they did. That was kind of a scam in my opinion too. They bought that facility. They were going to use some of that General Motors equipment to manufacture their cars or produce their cars, and then all of a sudden it's sold. The equipment was sold. Strange. If you want to know what is going on, read the story about the Dale in the 1970s. This exact same scam all the way down to every detail. These people need to all be put in jail immediately as the scammer on the Dale car. Well, if you got enough money, you can scam all you want apparently, because that's the way our system works. Nikki, hi Rusty. We are building and a small community for we are building and small community for tiny homes. There is actually some communities for tiny homes. This is Art Dog on Kingsland, 4th of July at work, so unfortunately no fireworks. This is Central Coast Camper, July the 4th. Yeah, it says, looking at all the late model cars and trucks parked in the slab, I wouldn't necessarily call them poor people. Well, I wouldn't either. I mean, they're just, anyway, the way it goes. Anyway, if you knew the area, you know what I was talking about. This is GB, Kingsland, Texas. Hey, Rusty, not really sure there is a liberal America anymore. The folks in conservative Texas for the 4th look an awful lot like the liberal folks in Michigan on this 4th of July. People are just people. Have a great day. Yeah, she's right about that. Everybody's, and of course now with social media, we can express our opinions, out where everybody can see them, and that's fine. I don't care. Okay, let's get some more here. This is GB off grid. Not often you hear a reference to Jethro Bodine of the Beverly Hillbillies. Great job. Well, no, you don't. I don't. My sister mentioned that yesterday. She said you live like the Beverly Hill Jethro or something, and I just remembered that. I remembered it about that long. This is shifting to high Kingsland 4th. High school band, and what about the Shriners? Good for you guys. Oh yeah, they'll have them all out. They'll have the high school bands, the whole thing, or they did. This is Dale, comment call, head them up and move them out. That was, what was that, wagon train, I think. GB, another great comment call, and the mail call was also great. Keep it coming and look forward to your next journey. P.S. I really like your travel videos. Well, I'm glad you do, because when I go, my view count drops off about 25%. That's all right. Don't bother me. I ain't worried about it. As long as I can make enough to pay for my camping, I'm going. GB, Rusty, I didn't comment the last time you mentioned the thing about P.O. boxes versus home mail, and the fact that they will hold P.O. box mail as long as you are paid up. Great info. Thanks. That's right. That's what they told me. You can double check that, but that's what they told me here locally, that as long as that box is paid for, they'll hold mail. So what I'm going to do on this trip is have my home mail forwarded to my mailbox over there, and they'll hold it because I pay a $4 a month fee for it. This is Mr. Grinch. You need a Honda generator. Not really. I've had them, and but no, I'm kind of away from. I'm kind of trying to avoid getting a generator of any kind. I don't really want one. I don't. If you get a gasoline generator, you got noise a little bit. You can't, even though some of them are pretty quiet. The Hondas are quiet, but you got to maintain it. You got to have gas for it, and you got to have it somewhere. This is Stan on Off Grid. Ever think about a portable AC? Yeah, well, I've thought about it. A lot of people are commenting about ACs, and I think I can put that to rest by saying this. At this point, I do not plan to get an air conditioner. I don't. I got one here at my home base, and that's all I need. I'll just have to go to the cooler climates and pay the price to get there. This is Moon Boots. Happy 4th of July. Thank you. You too. This is Shane. Happy 4th from Scotland. One day we shall be free from England. That's been an ongoing battle for a long time. And I replied to that. I said, I hope you are free from England if that's what the people want. People from Texas, USA, hope you have a great day. It's beer 30 here. Anyway, but yeah, good luck to you, Shane. Mark H. Kingsland 4th. Lots laugh out loud. Your small town is a lot bigger than where I live. This is Kingsland. It says, I just bought some frozen strawberries. The package says product of Mexico, packed in Canada, and I bought them in Phoenix. My strawberries travel more than me, more than Rusty 78609. Here's Ogmundino. He's pretty straightforward. He says, do go by the slab when it's covered up with the land whales out baking their lard. He's rough, boy. He's rough. Oh, God. This is Jesse Off Grid. Hi, Rusty. I love what you have done to the Casablanca. Looks like there is twice the living space now. Looking forward to the new adventure. Thumbs up in Central Texas. Yeah, there is quite a bit more space. There really is. Because I've not only removed a lot of stuff, but I've also added a little more space. So combined, it does. I hope it all works out. This is Lillian. Too hot to go out. I even put the air on. Keep cool, everyone. Yeah. This is Off Grid Stacy. I'd love to see you travel to Alaska. You should think on that. I have thought on it, but there's a good time to get there when the mosquitoes aren't too bad, and I'm not sure when it is. Abandoned old places in PA, Off Grid. You can power your AC with an inverter. I know that. Honda 2000 is really quality. Yeah, it's about $1,500 too. This is Books Angel about Kingsland, Texas 4th. Well, small town USA. I was blessed to be born and raised in a tiny town where everybody knew all my business. Frown. Now I live on the internet. Not much difference. This is Clint Price on Comment Call. Rusty, happy 4th of July to you and all of your followers. Well, hope you guys did have a good 4th of July. They pop firecrackers here pretty much all night, which is not unusual. This is Beverly. Happy 4th. Love the White House. Safe travels. Looking forward to the new destination. Me too. We'll do a couple more and then that'll be it. Kingsland, Texas. Nana to Nana. I have sure gotten old. I'm half blind. I take 40 different medications that make me dizzy, winded, and subject to blackouts. Have bouts with dementia. Have poor circulation. Hardly feel my hands and feet anymore. Can't remember if I'm 85 or 92, but thank God I still have my driver's license. Yeah, there's a joke about that. That's cute. A lot of replies to that one. Boy, I mean a lot. She got a lot of response. Oh, that's all made up, though, I'm sure. This is Z Diver. We'll do 2 more. So what are you, Kingsland, for? So what you are saying is you will not see any Obama T-shirts in the crowd. No, you won't. I promise you won't up here. If you do, there'll be a bullet hole in it. PJ Frog 10. I miss my M80s and cherry bombs. Those are old firecrackers. The M80s were almost like hand grenades, and the cherry bombs were the same way. And both of them had fuses. They burned underwater. And what we did at the high school one time, we had a principal named Peter Finch, Mr. Finch, and he, at a certain time, he always went and did his thing in the downstairs. It was a 2-level high school, and he would go into the first level, not far from his office, to the men's room, and go into a stall, and we knew which one it was, and we were up above, and when he went in, we gave him about a minute to get all in position, and then we flushed a cherry bomb down the toilet from up above. And what happens is when that cherry bomb goes off in that pipe, the water in the lower toilets just goes whoosh. Okay, so anyway, there was water dripping from the ceiling in the downstairs restroom. Needless to say, Mr. Finch got a bath. We didn't get caught either. I mean, they always knew who did it. It was the same few guys over and over and over and over and over. Of course they knew, but if you can't prove it. But anyway, that's it for today, guys. Comment Call is over for the 5th of July, 2017. I may do a short one tomorrow before I go, but I would like to get on the road by 7 a.m. The reason I like to wait till 7 is the sun's up, and it makes it a little easier to see the deer in the road, and I have to drive kind of slow for the first 100 miles till I get over to Interstate 10. And then by then the deer are pretty much out of the way. But anyway, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy USA made when you can. Drink plenty of water. 3 or 4 quarts a day won't hurt you. You may TT like a racehorse or 2 or 3 peckered possum, but you'll feel a hell of a lot better. Take deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Do that several times a day because it relieves stress, and relieving stress lowers your blood pressure, and you will feel better and live longer, and that's what it's all about. If you keep your health, we'll all be going camping for a long time. Otherwise, we may not. But we'll see. Anyway, I'm looking forward to tomorrow and the next adventure. So we'll see what's going to happen, guys. Hope the weather turns out okay. Anyway, enjoy. Bye-bye.